Welcome to Maritime Greenwich. Just the name sounds important, doesn't it? Maritime Greenwich is a place that resonates with history and significance. Nestled on the banks of the River Thames, this corner of London is a treasure trove of history, science, and beauty. The river itself has been a lifeline for centuries, carrying goods, people, and ideas to and from this historic site. It's a place where kings and queens have walked, where ships set sail for distant lands, and where we first measured time itself. The Royal Observatory, perched high on the hill, is the birthplace of Greenwich Mean Time, the standard by which the world sets its clocks. Maritime Greenwich isn't just a place on a map, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for its incredible contributions to our understanding of the world. The designation highlights its unique blend of architectural splendor, scientific innovation, and maritime heritage. From the stars above to the ships that sailed the seas, Maritime Greenwich has played a pivotal role in shaping our history. The observatory has been a beacon for astronomers, while the ships that docked here connected Britain to the farthest corners of the globe. Come along then, let's step back in time and explore the wonders of this remarkable place. Imagine the bustling docks, the grand ceremonies, and the scientific breakthroughs that have taken place here. We'll wander through grand buildings, hear tales of daring voyages, and discover the secrets of the stars. The Painted Hall at the Old Royal Naval College is a masterpiece of Baroque art, telling stories of naval triumphs and celestial wonders. Ready for an adventure? Let's begin. Whether you're a history buff, a science enthusiast, or simply a curious traveler, Maritime Greenwich has something to captivate your imagination. So, let's set sail on this journey through time and space, and uncover the magic of Maritime Greenwich together. Long before it was a hub of astronomy and seafaring, Greenwich was a royal playground. This picturesque area, now known for its maritime heritage, has a rich and fascinating history that dates back centuries. In the 15th century, it was a favorite haunt of King Henry VII. He saw the potential of this beautiful location and decided to make it a royal retreat. King Henry VII, the first monarch of the Tudor dynasty, was captivated by Greenwich. He commissioned the construction of a grand palace known as the Palace of Placentia, which would become a significant royal residence. The Palace of Placentia was an architectural marvel of its time. It stood as a symbol of royal power and prestige, with its grand halls and beautiful gardens. This palace became a favorite residence for Tudor monarchs who enjoyed its luxurious accommodations and scenic surroundings. It was a place where they could escape the pressures of court life and indulge in leisure activities. Henry VIII, the king with 6 wives, was born at Greenwich. He had a deep affection for the place and spent much of his childhood here. As king, he expanded the palace, adding new wings and lavish decorations. One of his notable additions was a jousting yard. Jousting was a popular sport among the nobility, and Henry VIII was an enthusiastic participant. The jousting yard became a center of entertainment and competition. Over the years, Greenwich witnessed numerous royal celebrations and dramas. From grand feasts and tournaments to political intrigues and scandals, the palace was at the heart of Tudor life. However, by the 17th century, the palace fell into disrepair. The once magnificent structure began to crumble, and its glory days seemed to be over. But don't worry, its legacy lived on. The history and stories of the Palace of Placentia continued to inspire future generations. The grand buildings of Maritime Greenwich we see today were built upon this royal foundation. They stand as a testament to the area's rich history and its enduring connection to the British monarchy. Perched high on a hill overlooking Greenwich sits the Royal Observatory. This is no ordinary observatory. This is where it all began. Founded in 1675 by King Charles II, the Royal Observatory was tasked with a vital mission to solve the problem of longitude at sea. You see, back then, sailors could easily determine their latitude, how far north or south they were, by looking at the stars. But figuring out their longitude, how far east or west, was a real head-scratcher. Enter the Royal Observatory and its brilliant astronomers. They observed the stars, made meticulous calculations, and eventually developed a way to determine longitude using time. Now let's talk about a ship that embodies the spirit of adventure and maritime trade, the Cutty Sark. This legendary vessel is not just a ship, it's a symbol of a bygone era when the seas were the highways of the world, and the wind was the engine that powered global commerce. This majestic T-Clipper, with her towering masts and sleek hull, is one of the fastest sailing ships ever built. Her design was revolutionary, combining speed and cargo capacity, making her a marvel of maritime engineering. The sleek lines of her hull allowed her to cut through the water with minimal resistance, while her towering masts carried an impressive spread of sails that harnessed the wind's power. Launched in 1869, the Cutty Sark was a marvel of engineering. Built at a time when steamships were beginning to dominate the seas, she represented the pinnacle of sailing ship design. Her construction utilized the finest materials and the latest techniques, ensuring she was both strong and fast. She could sail at incredible speeds, racing across the globe to bring tea from China to eager tea drinkers in Britain. The Cutty Sark was part of the Great Tea Races, where ships competed to be the first to bring the new season's tea to market. These races were not just about speed, they were about prestige and profit, with the first ship to arrive commanding the highest prices for its cargo. Imagine the excitement as she arrived, laden with chests of exotic tea leaves. The sight of her sleek hull gliding into port would have been a thrilling spectacle, signaling the arrival of fresh tea and the promise of prosperity. Dock workers would have hurried to unload the precious cargo, while merchants eagerly awaited their share of the bounty. Today the Cutty Sark is a museum ship, docked in Greenwich. Preserved for future generations, she stands as a testament to the golden age of sail and the intrepid spirit of those who sailed her. The ship has been meticulously restored, allowing visitors to experience a piece of maritime history firsthand. You can climb aboard, explore her decks, and imagine the daring voyages of the past. Walking her decks, you can almost hear the creak of the timbers and the snap of the sails in the wind. The exhibits provide a fascinating glimpse into the life of a sailor and the challenges they faced on the high seas. It's a journey back in time, offering a unique perspective on the world of maritime trade and adventure. Section 5. Treasures in the Museum. Right next to the observatory you'll find the National Maritime Museum. It's a treasure chest of all things maritime. Inside, you'll discover the stories of Britain's seafaring past, from epic battles to daring explorations. You can see model ships, ancient maps, and navigational instruments. You can learn about the lives of sailors, the challenges they faced, and the triumphs they achieved. The museum brings the sea to life. It's a place where history comes alive, and you can almost smell the salt air and hear the cries of gulls. Section 6. Greenwich Park, a green oasis. Need a break from all this history? Step into Greenwich Park, a sprawling green oasis right in the heart of it all. This is no ordinary park. This is a royal park, established way back in the 15th century as a hunting ground for those Tudor monarchs. Today, Greenwich Park is a place for everyone. You can stroll through ancient woodlands, admire colorful flower gardens, or simply relax on a bench and soak in the views. Don't forget to say hello to the deer. A herd of fallow deer roams freely in the park, adding a touch of wildness to this urban escape. Section 7. A stroll through time. Walking through maritime Greenwich is like taking a stroll through time. Every corner you turn reveals another layer of history, another fascinating story. You can almost picture King Henry VIII riding through the park, his entourage trailing behind. Or imagine the hustle and bustle of the docks as ships arrived from distant lands, laden with spices, silks, and other exotic goods. And then, there are the astronomers at the Royal Observatory, peering through their telescopes, unlocking the secrets of the universe. Section 8. The Meridian Line. Standing on two hemispheres. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that Greenwich is where East meets West? Literally. The prime meridian, the line that divides the Earth into the eastern and western hemispheres, runs right through Greenwich. You can actually stand on the meridian line at the Royal Observatory. Place 1 foot in the east and 1 foot in the west. It's a popular spot for a photo op and a reminder that we're all connected on this big spinning globe. Section 9. Greenwich Mean Time, keeping the world in sync. Greenwich isn't just about dividing the world in half, it's also about keeping time for the whole planet. That's right, Greenwich Mean Time, or GMT, is the standard time against which all other time zones are measured. It all goes back to the Royal Observatory and its role in solving the problem of longitude. By establishing a standard time, ships at sea could accurately calculate their longitude and navigate the globe with greater precision. So the next time you check your watch, remember that it's all thanks to Greenwich. Section 10. A legacy of exploration and innovation. Maritime Greenwich is more than just a collection of historic buildings and museums. It's a testament to the human spirit of exploration, innovation, and our desire to understand the world around us. From the astronomers who mapped the stars to the sailors who braved treacherous seas, the people of Greenwich have left an indelible mark on history. Their legacy lives on today, inspiring us to reach for the stars, explore new horizons, and never stop questioning the world around us. Section 11, Maritime Greenwich, a timeless destination. So, there you have it, a glimpse into the wonders of Maritime Greenwich. It's a place where history, science, and beauty collide, creating an experience that is both educational and awe-inspiring. Whether you're a history buff, a science enthusiast, or simply looking for a unique and memorable day out, Maritime Greenwich has something to offer everyone. So come explore its historic streets, marvel at its architectural gems, and discover the stories that have shaped our world. Maritime Greenwich awaits.